Kia ora koutou. Well, here I am at the WBCSD Annual Council Meeting here in Tokyo. Over the next few days I'll be meeting with colleagues, discussing all the different areas of sustainability, from social sustainability, climate and nature, through to governance and leadership. I'll be doing these little updates during the week, so do stay tuned. All the best. Kia ora koutou. And a big hello here from day 2 of the WBCSD Council Meeting. So yesterday was a fantastic day. It was my first to come in person and very well worth it. Quite a number of really interesting sessions from a New Zealand perspective. The first was a discussion on the raising of the bar around membership criteria, something that could be quite a boring topic. It wasn't a boring topic at all. And what we're seeing is a movement to include issues like equity and nature, but also moving into topics like transparency. So as we do our strategy refresh, we'll be taking many of those things into account. The second session that I went to was looking at the issues around critical raw materials. And this, of course, will be of a lot of interest to many of our members. It's some really interesting speakers, and we'll put a link to that on our website so that you can see what was said. I suppose the long and the short of it is that this is going to create some real challenges in manufacturing over the next 5 years, and it's going to see a realignment, I think, globally in terms of both supply chains, but also the partnerships, those strategic partnerships that we see between countries. So a really interesting topic, that one. The third one I thought that you might find interesting was the topic around Scope 3 reporting and transparency. Many of you are, of course, also members of the Climate Leaders Coalition and will understand just how challenging Scope 3 is. That session came up with a lot of really practical ways for cutting through some of those challenges, and also some of the expertise that's required for delivering on Scope 3 emissions reporting. So again, we'll be putting a link to that session because I think you'll find it very interesting. We also had a discussion on putting equity at the heart of strategy. Something that I know many of you are interested in SBC looking at is the issue of equity and social sustainability more broadly. And the day closed with a session that we had looking at the APAC membership. So this is the Asia Pacific members of WBCSD, which of course New Zealand is a member. The discussion was led by our colleagues out of Singapore, and I think will lead probably to some actions leading into COP28. I'll have some more updates for you tomorrow. Look forward to speaking to you then. Ka kite. Kia ora koutou. While I'm on a roll, I thought I'd do a quick update from this morning's session on day 2, which was looking at the role of business in the global stocktake leading into COP28. It was a really interesting discussion. Again, a lot of global CEOs there had some very interesting points of view to make. And what we are looking to do is to get together as a global network over the next couple of months so that we're prepared for COP28. We're looking to take an approach not dissimilar from the approach that we took when we were putting our input into the Climate Leaders Coalition. So coming up with half a dozen actionable ideas that are sourced from the global network, and then putting that to COP well ahead of time so that it actually helps to set the business agenda. There'll be an update on that as we go through that process, but yes, a very interesting conversation this morning. Ka kite.